NBC Sports California.
It's another beautiful day for baseball in Sacramento as the A's take on the Royals for the second of this three-game series. Hello again, everybody. Alongside my broadcast partner, Dallas Braden, I'm Chris Carey. DB, the man taking the ball for the green and gold, Luis Severino, coming off of a tremendous start in Texas, hoping to replicate that again.
We talked about wanting to see Sevy be a little more aggressive, and I think that's exactly what we saw unfold in that ball game. Aggressive with the fastball. Early strikes is what you wanted to see from Severino. You wanted to see that velocity come back, and it was there. It was ever present until the last pitch. 17 for 26 first pitch strikes, but again, for me, it was the ability to command virtually his entire arsenal, and the fact that it was just one run allowed. He did a great job of navigating the 6 hits he sprayed around. The defense helped him out, but again, Chris, this was about a guy who was much more aggressive, I think, than we had seen in some ball games prior.
Last night was a big victory for the Royals. Now 4 straight wins for Kansas City. It was the charge led by the veteran Salvador Perez and the young superstar Bobby Witt Jr.
And that's what the Royals have, is they have a great mix of not only veteran presence, but they've got superstars abound. You're talking about a couple guys, old and young, that are still swinging the bat with authority, and that was on full display last night. How about Salvy, the backstop, going big fly? And when you need offense, it feels like one of these two guys is going to show up. They show up often. Salvy 2 for 5 with a long ball, and when you needed a big swing, if you were the Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. stepped up and delivered. Homer to right center. That would give the Royals all the run support they needed to take game 1 of this series.
A's hoping to respond back with a Wednesday night winner here at home in the ballpark in West Sacramento. We are ready to go. It's A's baseball. The Royals against the Athletics when we come back.
This telecast is brought to you by Toyota. Class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places.
Serious car accidents happen every day, but this time it's affected you. At Ashton & Price, we know what you're going through. For the last 25 years, we've been helping accident victims get their lives back on track. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
My life! We knew our last Verbo was going to be incredible. We didn't know the hot tub was broken.
Or that our daughter's going through a phase.
Hot tub's busted.
I'm on it.
But Verbo had our backs, and with Verbo Care, they moved us.
Better place, better hot tub.
Water's real hot, huh, honey? Daughter's about the same.
Teenagers are full of surprises.
Got any room for Dad?
Ew, think again, Bruce.
Yeah.
A vacation rental from Verbo is not. If you know, you Verbo.
Take a look. In this fast, all-electric
Northwest.
Simply the best. Trust Northwest.
Good look at downtown Sacramento, the Tower Bridge, and right over that bridge is beautiful Sutter Health Park, where fans continue to file in ahead of Game 2 in this series against the Kansas City Royals. Dallas, the Royals won in extras last inning, but were treated to another beautiful night as the game time weather is presented by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And what an evening it is. 78 degrees, 28% humidity. Once again, a perfect game to come on down to the ballpark and watch the A's play here in the 916.
Not too hot, but you know what? You know who I think is going to be hot tonight? I'm calling it. 7 from Sevy. That's what I'd like to see. 7 from Sevy, huh? Came out of the gate hot against Texas, aggressive with the fastball. How about it? 7 from Sevy.
I like it. Not only do I love it, the Sevy takes the field with his defense behind him. The Kelly Green uniforms are out and about tonight. And we're going to have a bit of a uniform clash here. Possibly the best of the day by far.
Oh, easily. Easily.
Royals in their powdered blue uniforms, but I think these Kelly Greens have them beat just by a hair.
Yeah, I like where your head's at, but you are absolutely right. There is not a better uni matchup going in baseball right now. Outside of these, this is. You talk about the color splash across the diamond tonight. My goodness.
Well, the Royals made a big splash last night in their 4-1 victory. Maikel Garcia leads off, then Bobby Witt Jr., Carter Jensen, Salvador Perez, Michael Massey, Collins, Caglione, Thomas, and Isbell is the order for Matt Quatrero's squad.
And it's Luis Severino on the mound. Chris, I think the last outing that we saw for Sevy, the reason you got so excited about it was because the command. He commanded each and every pitch in his arsenal. Just one free pass issued for Severino. That had been a bit of an issue, I think, coming into the ball game. But the fact that he was establishing the fastball early, that helped open up the rest of his arsenal. And then he just went to work. And that's exactly what you want to see from Sevy, because you know, as the tip of the spear in this pitching rotation, this is a guy who can set the tone and do so early.
Well, the defense has been solid for the A's this year. This is how they will line up defensively tonight. In the outfield from left to right, it's Cortez, Geloff, and Butler, with Hernandez and Kurtz on the corners, Wilson and McNeil up the middle, and Shea Langeliers again in harness for his ace, Luis Severino.
There's the skipper. Little 500 ball over the last 12 games. There's a few games in there you feel like you could have won. But I think all in all, understanding you're going to win some close ball games, you're going to lose some close ball games. That's just part of the ebb and flow of the baseball season. Coming off a successful stint on the road, just trying to get back on track here against the Royals.
So Severino is ready to go, and he fires home the first pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Like you touched on, a great performance from Severino, 6 2/3, a quality start. Just 1 earned run against him against the division rival Texas Rangers in Arlington. Ball and a strike from Severino to Garcia. It's outside. Umpiring crew tonight. Let's start behind the plate. It's John Libka with TJ Rayburn at first, the crew chief James Hoy at second, and Sean Barber completes the quartet at third. One thing Mark Kotze said in the pregame scrum, Dallas, about Luis Severino is it was just a much better command of the baseball.
Yeah.
The walks weren't there. He was striking guys out. The ball was in play, and he was able to earn himself more and more outs, and he looked like the ace that they signed him to be a year ago.
And when you look up and down his arsenal, Chris, there's 4 different pitches that he had a greater than 70% strike rate with. 4.
3 balls and 2 strikes, and he will strike out Garcia. That's how the game will begin. 1 away.
Well, let's take a deep dive on our man behind the dish tonight calling balls and strikes. That's John Libka. Originally planned on being a teacher. Well, that degree is history, quite literally. Graduated Pensacola Christian College with a degree in history education. And when you get to balls and strikes, down to the nitty-gritty, more called strikes on the inside rather than the outside, and only 6 of the 15 challenges for John Libka have been overturned. You can see where Libka's set up right now on the inside slot with the right-hander Bobby Witt Jr. at the plate.
Witt Jr. on a 9-game hitting streak, extended that with a go-ahead 3-run home run in the top of the 10th that put the Royals ahead and essentially iced the game in game 1 of this series. So back-to-back extra inning wins for the Royals. They've won 4 in a row. Bouncing ball up the middle, long way to go. Wilson ranges over, and he'll put it in his pocket with Witt's speed moving up the line. An infield hit, and Bobby Witt Jr. is now on a 10-game hitting streak.
And that's all it takes is just one little double clutch, the inability to get the ball out cleanly. And Jacob Wilson, you can see where he's at, had to range a bit. His first step was towards the hole. But Bobby Witt Jr. sends it back up the middle, and you can see the adjustment in the hand there, trying to get a good forcing grip on it. But Bobby Witt Jr. is hoofing it down the line. I mean, he is in every sense of the word, a 5+ tool player.
Carter Jensen now came off the bench last night, now bats third tonight against Luis Severino. And Jensen has kind of been the talk of the town around Kansas City the way he's performed. Already 6 home runs in this rookie season for the left-handed hitting catcher.
And think about what a piece that is to this puzzle. If you're Macatraro, trying to figure out different ways and different days to give the man on deck, Salvador Perez, just a little breather behind the dish. Enter Jensen.
On the ground and through for a base hit. Witt will take a turnaround second, push for third, and get there easily. And a good piece of situational hitting for Jensen. Found the gap and pushed Witt to third. Now the Royals have him on the corners with just 1 out.
And again, the speed of Bobby Witt Jr. showing up. Jensen catches a sweeper up and in. He's able to spin on it and find a hole. But Bobby Witt, you can see, off to the races. Ball down in front of him, no problem cutting the bag. Royals threatening here early. But you got your double play candidate at the plate right now in Salvador Perez.
First pitch breaking ball is popped up and out of play, foul. Well, Salvador Perez opened up the scoring for Kansas City. It was a laser of a solo home run in the 6th inning. The A's held the lead up until that point to tie the game at 1 apiece, and then the Royals added 3 more runs to eventually win the game in the 10th.
Here's what you're talking about. Sal got a heater outer third and hammered it right off that brick wall out there.
Severino at 0-2 against the 9-time All-Star Perez. 0-2 breaking ball fouled away.
People want to talk about a slow bat, an aging veteran. I think Salvador Perez wants to hear any of that. See where he's at on that home run leader list for the Kansas City Royals. Just a handful or so behind George Brett. 10 to go, and he's the leader in the clubhouse.
I think he will hit that mark this year.
I believe you.
It's also important to note Salvador Perez had a ringing single off of the left field wall, and he was rounding first base, and it seemed like he was playing on half of a hamstring.
Looked like he just kind of cramped up a bit.
And eventually homered. But Perez now on a 3-game hitting streak. One and 2. Perez spits on it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Kansas City has been a tough opponent offensively over the last 4 games or so. You can see the number with runners in scoring position. Can never get enough of that view too, Dallas. 226 with runners in scoring position. Busted bat. Pop. Wilson shaded the sun, goes to second. Now coming home is Witt. The throw to the plate is late. And they get the lead runner. They get the runner at second, excuse me. And Wilson tried to get a double play deke.
And here's the problem, Chris, is you have a heady ball player in Bobby Witt Jr. who plays the position and has absolutely been in spots like this before. You're going to watch Jacob Wilson, and what this is, just a bit of a deke, right? Like the sun's in his eyes. Well, the problem is he's in the shade, and that's going to be a tough sell job. But Bobby Witt Jr., as soon as he sees this ball rattle around, Bobby Witt committed, and he committed home, and he beats the throw. And so in an effort to try to get the double play, and this is where you got to give credit to Salvador Perez, who just did not stop running. He continued to run to first base. He's safe at first. Run scores. Just a heads up play by Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez on the other end to run the ball out. Here, take a look. This is Bobby Witt Jr. Sees the bat sawed off in half, sees Jacob Wilson drop it. All right, gone.
How will that be scored as Wilson made the decision? He's got a long errorless streak.
Fielder's choice.
But it will be a fielder's choice play. That's hit in the air to shallow left. Cortez broke back, now comes in and will make the catch to retire the side. But the Royals play to run and lead 1-0. Royals lead 1-0. The A's now coming up. Let's take a peek at their lineup. Kurtz, Langers, Cortez, and Rooker, followed by Wilson in the 5 spot. Jeff McNeil, Zach Geloff, Butler, and Hernandez at the bottom of the order. Against the Royals right-hander. Who is it, Dallas?
It's the man out of Iowa City, Iowa, Michael Wacha, the savvy veteran right-hander making his 6th start of the season. And Chris, he's thrown the ball well to quite well. Had a bit of a bumpy outing last time around. That was against Baltimore. An outing in which, believe it or not, Chris, he watched his ERA jump a little over a 1.5. Coming into that start, sitting on a flat 1 ERA. But as I mentioned, got touched up a bit. That number inflated to where it's at now, 2.52.
Those first 4 starts this season, all quality. 6 innings or more. Did have an 8-inning start.
Well, quality is what this dude has delivered year in and year out.
Here's the 1-2 to Kurtz. He'll lie a changeup away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that's going to be a pitch to pay attention to tonight with a handful of left-handers in the lineup. You've got 4 for the Athletics. That changeup's going to be a big part of the game plan for Wacha.
Again goes with it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now Kurtz finds himself in another full count scenario. We've been saying that a lot. 3-2 pitch. Kurtz is called out on strikes on a cutter at the bottom of the zone. 1 away. And as the Royals go around the horn, we'll take a glance at how they line up defensively. Collins in left, Isbell in center, and Thomas in right. Gold Glovers, Garcia and Witt on the left side of the infield. Massey and Perez on the right side, with Carter Jensen behind the plate for Michael Wacha.
4th season at the helm for Matt Quatraro. +80 wins the last couple seasons for the skipper.
Popped up. Jensen surveying, tough play, and he's got it. 2 away.
Time now for StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. Michael Wacha, again, one of those fellas that's got a trio of fastballs. 4-seamer, cutter, and the sinker. 18 of the 28 punch-outs for the right-hander have come via that fastball or a variety of the fastball. We saw one there against Nick Kurtz on the cutter that locked him up. And he's going to rearrange. Looks like we had a wardrobe malfunction. Going to lose his chain. How about that? All in one foul swoop. Michael Wacha going to put the chain in his back pocket, dial up strike 1.
What's going on here? An ejection. Someone in the dugout just got ejected.
John Lidko was not waiting around at all.
Mark Kotze is wondering if he was the one that got ejected or someone else in the dugout.
Well, it looks like it's hitting coach Chris Crone, who's going to take an early shower. And see, so right here, this is where Cortez is in the box, but he's waiting to be engaged. Wacha puts the chain in his pocket and steps into the saddle and then dials up strike 1. So at no point in time,
I'm not listening to you, not here.
was an emphatic get out.
Well, you could hear him say, I'm not listening to you right now. And what Crony's upset about is the fact that Cortez was standing in the box. And then he waited because Walker was clearly dealing with an issue, dealing with something. Didn't step off. And all in one motion, took the chain off, put it in his back pocket, and then stepped right into his windup, his delivery, and came home. And at no point in time was Cortez engaged after Waka decided to get the motion going. But how about look at, hey, gal, get out of here. Cox is like, me?
Two balls and a strike to Carlos Cortez. Very interesting way we start the game tonight.
Mr. Lipka must have got stuck in traffic on the way to the ballpark. A little fiery.
And the dirt, 3 balls and a strike. Cortez on an 8-game hitting streak. He came into the 6th inning last night and reached base 3 times, including having another hit.
I mean, that's all he's been doing is raking.
3-1, and he will draw a walk. 2-out walk for Cortez. It just gets more and more productive for number 26, and he passes the baton to Brent Rooker.
But again, just want to show you one more time. You see Walker dealing with the chain. He feels it sliding off. All right, I'm going to rip it. So he's lost the engagement, right? He hasn't engaged, but he engaged initially. And then from there goes right into the windup and comes home.
Rooker sends it in the air to center field. Isbell in the sun, and he has to readjust to make the catch. So Cortez reaches, but the A's can't bring him home. Royals up 1-0.
Welcome back. It's a beautiful night here at the ballpark. Take a look at Wire Cam, brought to you by our good friends at Defy. Wire Cam on its best behavior per usual. Off to a little bit of a fiery start here at the ballpark tonight. And I think the skipper, understandably so, wanted to come out and just have a little discussion with home plate umpire John Lipka. And the idea is you're talking about the pitch timer, the fact that there was an initial engagement between the hitter and the pitcher, and in an effort to avoid a disengagement during that at bat, Waka just kept it moving as he made the adjustment to take the chain off, put it in his back pocket. But you could see Cortez watching what was unfolding, just kind of standing there, almost expecting Waka to step off, which never happened. And Waka continued with his motion, delivered a strike. And Chris Crone wanted to talk about it, but see, here you go. They're going to step in. Both guys looking at each other. As far as Lipka concerned, that's acknowledgement. 3, 2, 1. He starts his movement down the hill. And that's all you need. Severino with a ticket punched. Second strikeout of the ball game for Sevy. That sweeping slider wrapped around that back knee. Collins not able to get the barrel to it.
Jack Caglione, the DH tonight. 0 for 4 last night. A big rip at a sinker, 0-1. Another thing we started to see more of in Severino in Texas was more first pitch strikes. I've seen that a few times already here early. Just filling up the zone a little bit more. Severino has had some really good starts against the Royals. You go back to last year, 7 2/3 innings in a winning effort where he only surrendered 1 run. One of the best performances he had last year for the green and gold. And he strikes out Caglione. High fastball, 2 away, 3rd strikeout for Severino.
Just pumping cheese. Sevy with that high octane fastball, top shelf. Caglione can't get to it. You mentioned the good start last year, Chris. He's had a few of them. 5-1, 3.67 ERA against this Royals franchise. That's over 7 starts.
Royals entering play this current crop against Severino, 18 for 74 with 4 doubles, 3 homers, and 8 RBIs. Breaking ball fouled away, 1-2. It's a Kansas City team that over the last 7 days, which has been 4 games for the Royals, batted .303 as a club. That's the high mark in Major League Baseball across that span. On the ground, diving try by Hernandez, and it leaks into left. A base hit for Thomas. So a 2-out single, and Kyle Isbell will come up.
Well, you can see Sevy just get around the baseball there just a bit. A little too much on the side of it. Hernandez giving it a good effort out there, just out of his reach. But that's the difference between being able to finish a pitch and being on the side of the baseball just enough to where that ball doesn't quite have the finish.
Isbell went 1 for 3 with a run scored last night. Tips it into Shea's glove. A ball and a strike. Quite the game until the 10th inning, and Bobby Witt Jr. decided to turn into the superstar. Throw over to first, pickoff attempt. They got him.
Got him.
Sevy, a deceptive move, and they get Thomas for the moment. And Matt Quatrero will keep the ball moving. So Severino, some good defense, cleans up the runner on base. And we head back to the A's bats. The A's down 1. With Xfinity Mobile and get Wi-Fi plus 5G that won't strike out. Xfinity, imagine that. 1-0 Royals. Strike from Waka against Jacob Wilson, number 5 hitter tonight on a 3-game hitting streak. Wilson has thrived in opportunities with nobody out. .326 hitter in these chances. Quickly get behind 0-2, fouling it into the seats.
Look out.
We've had a few things to start this game, Dallas. Strange first inning runs scored for Kansas City, an ejection in the bottom of the first, then a pickoff from Luis Severino to end the top of the 2nd inning and take care of business, keeping the runners honest in what has been a solid start to his game.
And I can appreciate the effort that we saw on the defensive side from Jacob Wilson. I just think with the runner on third base, especially a runner on third base with the speed and the intellect of Bobby Witt Jr., tough to pull off. And I think Salvador Perez has been around the game long enough. He knows, look, soft liner like that, I have to get down to first base in the event that somebody does try to pull a move like that.
2-2. That's lined into left center, dropping fast, and it will go all the way to the wall. Wilson to second. He will stop there with a leadoff double. Well struck by the A's shortstop, and he gets aboard into scoring position immediately in the bottom of the 2nd.
Well, maybe not the best route by Collins out in left field, but Jacob Wilson able to go up top and get on plane with a heater. Collins took more of a direct route to this baseball. It makes its way to the wall, and Jacob Wilson is standing on second base with a leadoff double.
Corners playing a bit in. Here's McNeil, who will take down low. Remember, this is an opportunity the A's saw a lot of and did not cash in on last night. 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. They left 14 runners on base, which eventually led to their demise in Game 1. That's crushed to right center. That's going to drop fast and get down all the way to the wall. Wilson will score. McNeil trades places with him, and there's the 1-2 punch. The game is tied at 1-1.
The middle infield going to work for the Athletics. And this is the benefit of having a couple contact guys back-to-back in the lineup. McNeil catches a little cutter that doesn't do much, just kind of backs up. And he throws the torpedo bat at it. You can see Jacob Wilson just wanting to make sure that ball is down. Not only down, but that thing's up in the alley. Really around to score easily.
Geloff is up, went 2 for 4 last night with a pair of infield hits. McNeil's going to take third. Throw down is late. Michael Garcia points to his dugout. It was a bang-bang play. We'll see if Matt Quatrero will try and challenge it here.
Well, it was a strong throw, an accurate throw, and I think they're going to take a look at it. Yeah, it looks like they will. Because Michael Garcia does a great job of letting this baseball travel and just dropping the glove right on the left hand of McNeil. Watch the left hand.
Safe call at third.
Right there. I mean, that's all you need to see is that ball beats him clearly. And again, you got to give credit to Michael Garcia here. Instead of going out and trying to receive the baseball and then bring the tag back, you let the ball travel, you drop the glove, and McNeil's hand slides right into it. Here you go. I mean, that is just a perfect throw from Jensen. Perfect throw.
After review, the call of the field is overturned. The runner is out. Kansas City will retain their challenge.
Geloff was showing bunt. McNeil pushed for third. And the A's make their first out at third base in a tie game.
And I think, look, you never like to do that, right? Make the first or third out at third base. Something we learned early on. But I think for Geloff, showing bunt may have been a thought about trying to put the ball on the ground towards third base. And if you've got a runner in motion, you do that because you know the third baseman is going to be covering up the bag and not crashing, and you might have an opportunity to beat one out.
So a successful challenge for Matt Quatrero. They retain their challenge. 1-1, a big rip by Geloff, 1-2.
See, McNeil had a good idea of where Bobby Witt Jr. was.
Not a bad jump from McNeil, but a perfect dot of a throw by Jensen. Positioned perfectly on the other side was Michael Garcia. You could not have placed it better if you were the Royals duo at catcher and third. 1-2 pitch. Geloff swings and misses. There is something to be said about momentum. You do take that runner on second base with nobody out. Now you have 2 away with the caught stealing and the swing and a miss here.
Well, it's a rally killer. I mean, straight up. Back-to-back doubles puts you on the board, and you go from starting to build an inning to sapping that momentum.
There's a changeup and a swing and a miss.
And that's 2 plays tonight for the Athletics early in this game that have led to a run and probably cost them a run, trying to make something happen.
Butler came off the bench in the 10th inning last night, struck out. Healthy dose of changeups to start this sequence. They'll swing and miss again, 1-2. 184 average and 87 at bats this year. And the 1-2 pitch is a changeup well outside, 2-2.
I'm going to changeup has been bread and butter for Michael Wacha since he walked into this league.
Hitters sporting a 107 average against that pitch. 3-2 on the ground. Perez with his backhand ranges over, throws to Wacha, and that is just an errant throw. Was way off target. Butler will reach.
Well, you got all the momentum for Salvador Perez heading in the opposite direction, and you're going to see him trying to make a throw across his body. Michael Wacha ahead of the throw. Salvador Perez really just, I mean, this ball never even had a shot to get to Wacha.
DB for Perez, he might be in that position a little bit more. Low back tightness for, well, might make it out here at second. Yep. A's were very aggressive on the base paths and make 2 outs getting caught stealing or pickoff attempts, but they do tie the game at 1-1. Marcotte is going to keep the ball rolling through 2 innings of play. Royals 1, A's 1.
We're calling all college and grad students. You can grab your friends and head to the ballpark with this special offer we got for you. Just $10 tickets. That's right. You can get $10 tickets on select regular season games through the 2026 season. Get your discounted tickets at athletics.com/value. And come pull up a chair next to a seam head.
Wasn't there a seam head junior a few games ago too in the berm?
There was.
Baby seam.
Mm-hmm. They were camped underneath that tree out there, right down the right field line.
I want to take back what I said. It was not sunscreen. That was absolutely makeup.
Yeah, it's SPF mayonnaise is what that was. That lathered up.
Hit to left center. Gelov moving over in the alley. He'll make the catch. 1 away.
You know, something I've noticed with Zach Gelov that I can truly appreciate, especially for a guy who is still getting acclimated to center field, the early communication. You know, we've seen him throw the hand up like we just saw there almost immediately as he starts to lock in on the baseball, and he knows he's going to be able to run it down. Just kind of letting his corner outfielders know, hey, I got it. I got to read. Don't worry about it. And I think that's something that for a player who's just getting used to playing the position, just getting used to, you know, sort of being the quarterback out there, it can be something that you're a little apprehensive about. But I think he is a guy who, when you explain to him, you know how good of an athlete you are. We need you to take ownership of the position. Go get everything you can. I think he's done a really nice job of settling into that and getting comfortable doing so.
I agree with you too, especially drafted out of Virginia as a third baseman. Then you transition to second base. Get up here, play solid defensive second base. You have basically a breakout second half of the year in 2023. And now you're tasked with a completely different opportunity. Busted bat flare into right. And it's caught by Butler, 2 away. Bobby Witt Jr. extended his hitting streak to 10 games and scored the first run of the game. Put the Royals ahead. The A's responded with a run of their own in the bottom of the second. And it's 1-1. In the air to right. Butler going back at the track, and he's got it for the final out of 1-2-3 inning. With 3 flyouts for Severino, Darryl Hernandez will lead off the bottom of the third with the game tied at 1. The 26 All-Star Teacher Award is presented by Provident Credit Union. Go to NBCSportsCalifornia.com/AST to check out Kristen Kircher of Berry Elementary School in Yuba City, as well as the other finalists, and vote for your All-Star teacher. The grand prize winning teacher school will receive $30,000, so please vote now. Game tied at 1 apiece. We'll never get tired of that view. Darrell Hannay showing bunt, and a pitch up and in from Waka. I don't know if he's gonna blink. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that blue dye's gonna kick in any minute now. Looks like the nachos were good.
You know who else has been good over the course of his major league career? Michael Waka. He's been around the block.
He sure has. He burst onto the scene back in 2013.
Darrell pokes the bat head out, lifts it to left, but it is caught by Collins.
Quite a name for himself during the postseason. I mean, he had almost a handful of starts in the postseason that were lights out. We're talking 7+ innings a few different times. Like this guy was money. And Chris, how about this? We're talking about a dude, one of 6 active pitchers to have beaten all 30 teams. All 30 teams. That's dealing. You want to talk about experience? Fair to say the book has been out on Michael Waka for a while. You know what you're going to get. And that's what veteran guile gets you. A guy who has been able to rework some things and stay as competitive as he has. I mean, he's just been, I think, a model of consistency. There's going to be up and down years, no question. But Michael Waka, I think, just continues to show a level of preparation and a level of execution that has really, I think, separated him from a lot of his peers.
He had success against the A's in his last start against the Green and Gold. That was his final start of the year, and it was last year here at the ballpark in West Sacramento on the 27th of September. Quality start, 6 innings, a winning effort, 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts off of 83 pitches.
Well, he's a guy who is extremely efficient. You start talking about trying to get at bats over with and done quickly. I think it's something that Michael Waka has done a very good job of. And that's the goal, right, Chris? Get these guys out of here 3 pitches or less. You get to 2 strikes. You want to make sure that those at bats result in outs. And he has been fantastic in both regards.
1-2. Foul back.
Here's the start you were talking about right here last year. Waka was dominant once again. Same unis.
Yep. It's just about to say. I wonder if there's any method to his madness bringing those out again tonight.
But just to put a bow on the efficiency, 81% of 2-strike plate appearances for Michael Waka result in outs. Big league average about 75%. So well above the norm. And the other part of that, 49% of the at bats, 3 pitches or less.
3-2 payoff pitch. Langeliers takes up and in. He will draw a 2-out walk and leave it up to Cortez to keep the inning going.
Well, you know you're going to get treated to a quality at bat every time this fella walks up to the dish.
He drew the first of now 2 walks against Waka tonight.
Well, you know he's been on a run, 8-game hit streak, hitting well north of 500. 15 for 27 is how that works out. The 1660 OPS. I mean, that's the combination of power and patience that we talk so much about with guys. Cortez in a hole here quickly to Waka. But we've seen him down early in at bats, and we've seen him battle back. Not only laying off pitches, but spoiling.
0-2, heads up.
How about this? Folks in StatCast threw this together. 15 hits. I mean, you can fill the strike zone up. You can try to go in off the plate. Still going to get you.
0-2 check swing up top, didn't go. And those 3, especially in the upper inner part of the plate, the fact that he's able to get around on that baseball is incredibly impressive, and he's just able to hold up here. This is what you're talking about. Goes from 0-2 to now evening the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, and the dangerous part again is we showed you there's a few hits on the inside part of the plate that are in well off the plate, and he's still able to get a barrel to it.
2-2. Fouled away.
For a guy who's been efficient, as I just highlighted with Waka, these are the types of at-bats that frustrate you as a pitcher, and you can end up making a mistake just trying to get a guy out.
The next 2-2. Ground ball through for a base hit. Langoliers will take a turnaround second, push for third, strong throw in. It is late, and Cortez has another hit. Make that a 9-game hitting streak for number 26. This is becoming routine, DB.
Stay hot. And again, look at where this pitch is, folks. I mean, that is on the white line of the left-hand batter's box. That's how far in this fastball is, not to mention elevated. And Salvador Perez, maybe not a ton of range over there. Not able to get to it, but I mean, you saw everything that we talked about right before he came up to the plate. You saw patience, you saw him spoil pitches, you saw him get to a ball that most other hitters probably can't get to.
This is something we were treated to in small doses with Cortez last year off the bench, just keeping the line moving with 2 outs. He did that a lot, and he does it again here now on the corners with 2 outs. Rooker is up. Hammer that foul. Tiptoe act from Shea Langoliers and Bobby Crosby.
Bones floating around over there. Been a while since I've seen him move that fast.
He quickly got out of the way there. 0-2 to Rooker. Change up in. Well, Rooker flew out to center field, his only time up. Game tied at 1-1. No hits in his last 16 at-bats since that walk-off home run. And that will continue with a strikeout here. So the A's strand 2 runners. Game still at 1-1.
A little bit better. You can enjoy a day game this Saturday when the A's take on the Cleveland Guardians and score an exclusive Sacramento basketball jersey giveaway presented to you by Red Hawk Resort and Casino. Grab your crew and lock in your seats at athletics.com/promotions.
I don't know if my body is ready for a tank top. You're working me into shape, but Maybe one of these days I'll be able to wear one of those Sacramento basketball jerseys and feel comfortable and confident.
You got the bar off the rack this morning?
Barely. I had a good spotter. Ball and 2 strikes. Jensen singled back in the first inning. And he's up again behind at 1-2. Breaking ball fouled away.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think that EMT's going to need an EMT immediately. Oh. Oh. Cup check. Cup check. All right, sir, I'm going to need you to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. Plenty of ice.
I think there's probably an ibuprofen or 2 in his future. Oh.
How we doing? Not good. Oh, is that Marte? Marte in front of him. Oh. Oh. I tell you, Marte, one of the sneakier, funnier guys, Chris. Great sense of humor.
Strikeout to Carter Jensen. 1 away.
Marte, so you got to put a glove on it, man. Jensen 97. Can't catch up. And again, Severino aggressive with the fastball.
Breaking ball for strike 1. Perez reached on a fielder's choice play that resulted in a run for the Royals. He's behind at 0-2. You know, that side of the field over the last 2 games or so, they've, whether it's been an EMT or a security guard last night, Teresa, the security guard, was unfortunately in the middle of a Gatorade dunking snafu.
Yeah, she got doused. But want to talk about a pro?
Ground ball to short again. Wilson will round it. Load up, throw to first. 2 down.
Teresa got caught in the crossfire during the post-game celebration. Salvi, a big Gatorade splash guy, right? And well, Bobby Witt Jr. was doing the post-game interview, and Teresa, unfortunately, just on the other side of Bobby Witt Jr., looking out, as she always does, ended up catching a stray and caught every bit of the bucket from Salvi. Salvi, that big, huge, classic smile. And how about Witter? Get down! Teresa, look out! Throw it in reverse, Teresa.
Whatever happened to chivalry?
Oh, man.
Those 3 guys get out of the way. Teresa wore, I think it was ice water, actually.
Everybody can catch these hands around here. But as I said, like the true pro she was, she took the ice water and kept it moving, just continued to direct traffic and keep folks safe. And what was great is Salvi. Look at Salvi. That's his fault. He ducked. He ducked. I had the right guy.
Ground ball to first. Kurtz will flip it to the covering Severino, and that'll retire this side. Back-to-back 1-2-3s for Sevy. A's Baseball is brought to you by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Does it even count as spring if you don't go to Boardwalk? Buy online and save now at beachboardwalk.com. Fans are having a good time. A close game, 1-1 the score. Treated to quite a few of those.
It's like Miramonte baseball's in the house.
They got their green going. It's Jacob Wilson who led off the second with a double and then later scored thanks to the man on deck, Jeff McNeil, tie the game at 1 apiece.
And the scoreboard could look a bit different if not for a couple what I will call aggressive efforts on the base path by the Athletics that did not work out.
One pitch in the air toward right and in the seats, 1-2.
And against a guy like Walker, if you're able to start to build those innings, create a little traffic on the base path, you want to be able to keep the pressure on Michael Walker, put him in the stretch, force those high stress pitches.
1-2, that's punched over Perez. Just got enough to get it past the leaping first baseman. Another leadoff hit for Jacob Wilson.
Well, it feels like Jacob Wilson almost hit this off the handle. Salvador Perez trying to elevate. .60 miles an hour. 60.5 miles an hour. But you know what? Finds a hole. It's a line drive in the scorebook, my friend.
Well, earlier I was going to say this is Salvador Perez's second game at first base this year. Vinny Pasquantino suffering lower back tightness. He may be deployed out there a little more often in the interim.
Well, that's why we brought up the presence of Jensen. And if Salvador Perez is going to see some time at first base while Vinny P rests up that back, I like to feel you're not going to miss much from an offensive production perspective. Again, we highlighted the bit of a slow start that Salvi's been off to. Hit a homer last night.
McNeil ahead at 2 balls and a strikeout, an RBI double back in the second. That scored the man at first, Jacob Wilson.
Nasty changeup. Good pitch, says Mac.
Two. McNeil sprays it into left center. That'll drop down for a hit. Back-to-back singles, and the A's have 2 aboard with nobody out, and Geloff, who is a threat to lay one down coming up.
Well, pitch that just runs. Looks like it may have been off the plate, but McNeil, just a pure hitter, able to just soft serve it over there into left center.
Defense will plan accordingly as the corners are in. Waka to the plate, laying down a bunt. Geloff, a good one. Waka will have one play to first, and he throws to the covering Massey. Another good bunt for Geloff. Now second and third, and just one out.
And I think that's probably what they were looking to do last time around. But Geloff doing a nice job of getting this ball down. Really, the only one who's going to have a play on it was going to be Waka. You can see Garcia back to the bag at third. He knows he doesn't have a shot at it, so you got to go cover up. In the event that Waka wants to sling it on over there, he makes the wise decision to get one at first. And now Lawrence Butler with a chance to put the A's ahead here. Looks like the Royals are going to bring the infield in on the grass, at least up the middle. Garcia even with the bag at third.
Butler reached on an error 2 innings ago. 1-0 pitch, pulls the trigger and fouls it off.
And you know what? It could be a moment like this where you start to see Lawrence Butler get things going here. Simplify the approach. You know you're probably going to see something away from you in this at bat, and if you can just punch that hole.
They are feeding him changeups, though.
Well, Walker's feeding all the left-handers changeups, and I mean, coming into the game, we knew that was going to be a big weapon for Walker. It's been the pitch du jour for 13+ years. Here's what the mix looks like today. 26% changeups, followed up by that four-seam fastball. You got the cutter, the sinker, the slider. Showed a curveball.
2-2. High drive to deep right. Forget about that baseball. It's onto the berm. Butler barrels it out of the ballpark and makes it a 4-1 A's lead.
That's got to feel real good for the Wild Dog. Put the chain on.
Darryl tries to lay down a bunt. It goes foul. And you know, he's been waiting quite some time to do that.
He has. He has. Oh, I love it. I love it. It did. It just felt like this was going to be a situation where Lawrence Butler was going to be able to come through. And if it wasn't just shooting the ball away from him over to the left side, taking advantage of a mistake up.
Popped up in foul ground. Perez can't find it. It's a tough place to try and make a play. Let's take a look back at Lawrence Butler's home run.
We see where they're set up. They want this ball down and in. 86 gets 86 out of here.
Oh, 2 in the dirt, swing and a miss. Darryl is down on strikes. There's the second out.
Lawrence Butler says, you hang it, I bang it. That little wrinkle gets ironed out. Special delivery. The Butler's got a barrel for you. She thought about making a play.
She was in the vicinity of the baseball, but that ball was smoked. It's a dangerous projectile.
And look, another reason that feels so good is we know this about Lawrence. He tries to contribute in any way that he possibly can. Right, so on base via the error the first time, tries to steal second, just trying to put himself in scoring position, trying to make something happen. And when you get a shot like he just got right there to step up and deliver, and you do, I mean, that is an injection of confidence that's really hard to describe as a player, especially when things have been sort of slow for you out of the game.
How about the way this inning has transpired? A complete offensive inning. As it's 3-1 to Kurtz, he could be in swing mode, but he'll draw a walk. Another walk. It just keeps increasing the record and chasing the greats. 18 straight for Nick Kurtz.
On the heels of Teddy Ballgame. Well, after some hits that got strung together, some power, they're going to talk about it on the mound. That meeting on the mound is brought to you by the injury attorneys of Ashton and Price. Just trying to reel Walker back in now. Told you, coming off a bumpy outing against the Orioles, he did pitch into the 6th inning, but tagged for 6 earned runs.
Shale takes strike 1. Just to finish that point, a complete offensive inning. Your 2 pseudo leadoff guys, the guys that profile best as leadoff hitters, in Wilson and McNeil, they get aboard. Geloff gives himself up, and then Butler hits a 3-run home run. Everything you could want in an inning offensively has transpired here in the 4th. Now a hard shot off the glove of Garcia, and that will slowly roll into the warning track in left field. And that should be a hit for Langoliers, and it is. Now a 4-game hitting streak for Shea.
Yeah, it's a well-struck baseball. You change up down. Langoliers able to stay on it. That's when you know you're seeing the ball well. You take a pitch like that down, moving down to the strike zone, and hammer it.
And you set up Cortez, who in this series has reached base 5 times, and he did not start in game 1. On the ground, through for a base hit. Crosby's giving Kurtz the windmill home. The throw to the plate is late. Kurtz got around the tag. Cortez takes second. An RBI single for the moment. And it's 5-1.
Well, they're thinking about taking a look at it, and I think they will. For the time being, though, we'll take you through the play. Cortez finds a hole on the right side. Kurtz trying to make his way around, and you're just wondering if the tag from Jansen got on that left hand before Kurtz got the left hand across home plate. A strong throw from Lane Thomas. One hop, slightly up the first base line. And here's the look. And I think what you're seeing right there is the tag on the shoulder just before the hand gets down on home plate.
Remember, you need clear and conclusive evidence to overturn. This is a close one.
So take a look. Right here. You see the hand not on the plate, and you see the tag being applied. So it's bang, bang, is about as close as it gets. And you got to give credit to Jensen, who did a great job of going and getting the throw towards his backhand side and then bringing the tag back in time. I mean, that's great spatial awareness by the young backstop. I mean, a strong throw from Thomas, but you see how he has to reach back across.
The field's overturned, the runner is out.
Yeah.
Kansas City will retain their challenge.
So that's 2 successful challenges for Kansas City. Kurtz was beaten out, but the A's did score 3 in the inning regardless, thanks to the Law Dog. Lawrence Butler, a 3-run shot, and it's 4-1 A's through 4 innings of play. Well, the A's hold the lead now 4-1. That's the scoreline that game 1 ended up with, where Kansas City won 4-1, but thanks to Lawrence Butler, a 3-run home run in a strong offensive 4th for the A's, and now they have a 3-run lead. Severino has been pitching well. 4-1 the score. Chris Carey, Dallas Braden, our producer Delaire Lures. So happy you're with us on NBC Sports California's coverage of athletics baseball. And it's Isaac Collins behind the count at 1-2. One-two pitch, weakly grounded up the middle to his right. McNeil gathers, throws to first, 1 away.
Join us as we honor those who serve. You can be there May 13th versus the St. Louis Cardinals for Military Appreciation Night with special moments throughout the entire ballgame, recognizing active duty members, veterans, and their families. Purchase a special theme game ticket to receive an exclusive camo bucket hat You can lock in your seats and be part of a meaningful night at the ballpark at athletics.com/themegames. It'll be a fun night. There's quite a few military service members and families in the area. The base just up the road.
Jack Caglione up, a swing and a miss, 1-1. Well, that's on the 13th against the other team from the state of Missouri. A's are focused on Kansas City, who has played well over their last 4 games, 4-game winning streak. Last time the Royals were able to win 4 games in a row, you turn the clocks back all the way to August of last year. I like that.
Whoa. Chocolate banana on a stick. You know what that is, but you don't know what an itsit is.
Well, I learned what an itsit is.
You get you one of them hats.
Would I look good in it?
No, probably not, but I think oh my. Good for them. Good for them. They agree. This is fantastic.
3-2. Caglione will draw a walk. First walk issued by Severino tonight.
And that was a big part of the success, I think, for Sevy last time out. And we've talked all ball game about his aggressiveness with the fastball, but the command of each and every one of his pitches last game, I think, was present, and that's why he was able to work his way through the ball game the way he did.
Kurtz holds on. Caglione. Oh, 0-2. Thomas takes strike 3.
Well, this high roller is brought to you by Circa Resort and Casino. Jay Willie been flashing a lot of leather these days. 68-game errorless streak for the shortstop. That's an A's record. And this play from last night just gives you more insight to how well this young man has continued to develop at the shortstop position. I mean, night in, night out, it feels like you see something special, something flashy for him. And I think that's a number you got to be very happy with. Athletics leading the way in terms of fielding percentage.
Chopper, and it hits Caglione. That's going to end the inning. 4-1 A's. Rooker leads off the bottom of the 5th. This upcoming schedule is brought to you by Service Champions. Well, one more against Kansas City tomorrow during the daytime. Then the Cleveland Guardians come to town this weekend. The A's then go on the road to the East Coast to face the Phillies and the Orioles. It's Rooker leading off the bottom of the 5th, where the A's lead 4-1. There's a note on Rooker: since that walk-off home run that he hit here at home before the New York trip, he's 0 for his last 17. Still trying to find his stride.
Well, remember, there was not an assignment for Rooker coming off the injured list. Right back into the mix. You know, there's, I think, a lot that goes into that. Number one, you have to consider the duration or the length of time spent on the shelf. Right? It's not like he missed 2 months. And I think for a guy like Brent Rooker, who puts the work in the way he does, I mean, I watched him, stand in on bullpen sessions, tracking pitches. So just trying to stay as in tune as you can with ball flight.
Is there a hard line at all for that in terms of the duration? You know, for a pitcher, 30 pitches in an inning, probably a line set there, but he missed, what, 15 games?
Right.
Had he missed 15 more, you think he might have gone on an assignment?
Probably. Yeah, I don't think there's a definitive line per se, and they're, you know, from organization to organization, that may vary.
3-2 into right center field. That's dropping fast, but it will be caught by Thomas right in front of the warning track. Well struck by Rooker, but that's out number 1.
And again, I think something else you have to consider is the type of injury. And the good news is, the silver lining is that whatever he felt right on the side area, that wasn't as serious as something that would necessitate an extended time on the injured list, a slow progression coming back into games. It wasn't a, hey, we want to see him, you know, get at bats, take a breather for a day, see how he responds, get him back in there. That's not what it was.
You have Wilson now on a ball and a strike. Both he and McNeil are 2 for 2 tonight. Get underneath this one, foul it back out of play. But what a luxury it is to have both Wilson and McNeil on your squad. And you can plug and play them basically wherever. And it seems like Marcotte has taken a liking to batting them back to back in certain situations like this. 1-2 pitch in the air to center. Isbell will make the catch.
Now batting number 22, Jeff McNeil.
And away.
I love it. Amelia's got him rocking up there.
She whips him into shape. Both of them have had a lot of enthusiasm, and Jacob Wilson a great announcement. Jeff McNeil a great one. That's one of the many great features of this ballpark, is just how immersive, family oriented this place is. Junior PA announcer. That's how I started broadcasting, doing some PA. And I think they got me beat.
You got some family in this thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I wasn't a child PA announcer. They got the jump on me. They started probably 10 years earlier than me, but in high school, that's how I started learning how to talk behind a microphone. 4-pitch walk to McNeil, and Geloff is coming up.
Practice at home, and I mean, the shades, I mean, those are shades of Bret the Hitman Hart.
I like it. The best there is, the best there was,
the best there ever will be.
I like your Randy Savage the most. We'll save that for later.
Well, we've been telling the folks at home about the pregame perks. We saw a couple young fans land themselves an autographed bat from Nick Kurtz. A couple young ladies get up and announce their favorite players. Get to the ballpark early, you never know.
2 balls and a strike to Geloff. Well, lucky fan ended up with the signed baseball that you signed on last night's telecast. Good. Walker, 103 pitches with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, a season high for him.
It's been laborious. Well, there's a baseball. That's what you want to go home with right there. He's like, sweet, I got a bat and a chew toy for my dog.
And they got to hang out with Strawberry.
Coolest guy on the vine.
Two-two. High in the air to left. Collins moving back at the track, at the wall, and it is caught. Geloff gave it a ride, but it just barely stayed in the ballpark. A's lead by 3 through 5. Breaking news and developing stories from right here at home and across the nation. NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas. Weeknights at 6:30 on NBC. Severino back to work. A's sport a 3-run advantage, leading 4-1. Severino at 77 pitches, right where he wants to be against Garcia, who is up for a third time. He's 0 for 2.
I think hopefully for Sevy, you'd like to see him get through this inning quickly, get the baseball and get back out there.
Line shot, leaping catch by Hernandez. Rob Garcia of at least a single, quite possibly more.
D-Money at the hot corner. Miguel Garcia spins on one, barrels it up, and Darell Hernandez, see him go into his pre-pitch setup, locked and loaded and ready to leap. Snares that bad boy right out of the air.
Bobby Witt Jr. strike one. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. The lone run for Kansas City tonight. Entering play tonight, Bobby Witt over his last 11 games played, 16 for 47, a .340 average with 9 extra base hits, 8 RBIs, and 7 runs scored. Luinder Avila. Check swing, did he go? Yeah, he did. Severino strikes out the superstar shortstop and picks up strikeout number 6.
Swept Bobby Witt Jr. right out of the batter's box. Great job by Sevy to expand the zone there.
And for Luis Severino, one thing you got to be really happy about is just the performance again. How effective he's been, how conservative he's been, especially considering that the A's used 5 different relief arms in the 10-inning thriller last night. And they're in game 2 of 6 straight. And at 84 pitches, if he's able to get Jensen here quickly, I think you might see him in the 7th.
Well, that's the hope, and that's why I was kind of hoping for that quick inning. Everything you just outlined, you've got some guys down there in the bullpen that you'd love to be able to give a little bit of a breather to if you can. Just don't want to lose Jensen.
Three and one. Challenged him with a sinker. Langelier's able to hang on to the foul tip.
Why not? Your best, his best, right here, right now.
3-2 payoff pitch is outside. Severino lost him.
Let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend. That's coming up on June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play some baseball. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. Sacramento, come on out. We're going to be involved.
Fly ball to center in the lights. Geloff will retreat back and make the catch. Severino through 6 innings. He's only surrendered 1 run, and the A's lead by 3.
This powerful performance is brought to you by Xfinity. Leave no doubt, the Law Dog with a barrel open up the scoring for the Athletics. 3-run shot back in the 4th. That's how the A's created a little bit of a gap between them and the Royals. Winder Avia on the mound now for the Kansas City Royals. Just the 3rd appearance for the right-hander. That's how the night for Michael Wacha ends. Again, a laborious effort for the right-hander. 105 pitches, season high. Just 5 innings. His shortest outing of the season. And the 2nd most runs surrendered, coming off that 6-run outing against the Baltimore Orioles.
Well, Avila was recalled yesterday from AAA Omaha. Check swing, did Butler go? He did. And that's how the bottom of the 6th will start.
Hard slider, straight down.
A's fouls it back for Avila. 14 career games as a reliever since making his major league debut on August 13th of last year. He sports a 1.59 ERA. Only 3 earned runs in 17 innings of relief work. So he has been very effective out of the bullpen for a Royals bullpen that year in and year out is feared around the league.
They've had some really good arms come through that bullpen. I remember Kelvin Herrera, Greg Holland, Davis. That was back when they had that super pin.
1-2, flared into center, base hit. Hernandez stayed with it and gets a 1-out single.
This slider stays up enough. Darryl, you can see, was tracking that pitch all the way in. I mean, we talk a lot about Carlos Cortez and how well he utilizes his hands.
Kurtz crushes it to right center on his horse is Isbell, still going back, and it will one-hop the wall. Hernandez is being waved home. He will score, and Kurtz a ringing double to right center field makes it a 5-1 A's advantage.
Fastball, middle, looks like it might have had just a slight amount of cut on it. And Kurtz hammers it. Isbell going to have to play the hop off the gate. And Hernandez, like he sees the back of Isbell and he's off to the races. Scores easily all the way around from first.
Here's Langeliers, had a single in the 4th inning, extending his hitting streak to 4 games. Now looking for something more, DB. A multi-hit king, and a king he is, the best in Major League Baseball in that category. Has 14 multi-hit efforts already in the early going of this season. No one has reached that mark other than the man at the plate.
It feels like Carlos Cortez is hot on his tail. I know that's not really the case, but that's what we're talking about. multi-hit game leaders this season across baseball. Langoliers and Jay Willie sitting atop the mountain.
Now 3 balls and a strike, and he's in a good position to swing. Should he get one out over the plate? Three-one pitch. Hit in the air to right center. Isbell on the run. Still going. He hauls it in at the warning track. And a nice play by the center fielder for the second out of the bottom of the 6th.
In almost identical spots, Isbell tracks this one back to the track nicely, no problem. And I've talked a lot about the width of the warning track out there. Isbell looks at home.
Here's Cortez, who's 2 for 2 with a walk. Has reached base all 3 times. And he's reached base 6 total times in this series. And he did not start or appear until inning number 6 of last night's game. And gets the start in game 2. And again is rewarding his manager. Flips it in the air to left. It'll go out of play.
Well, he's been a dog. And speaking of dogs, Carlos and Max went over to the SPCA earlier today before the ball game. It's trabajo. How about it?
Estrapajo. Is Strudel or Streusel?
I think it was
Streusel. Still adopt those dogs. Cortez is patient. 2 balls and a strike. Well, I hate to make a pun, but
you're gonna.
Cortez, well, he's got that dog in him.
2-1 on its way.
Called strike 2-2. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Man, you're good.
2-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice backhand by Jensen. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like Perez, who is a master of blocking the ball with his glove.
Well, think about having a front row seat to one of the game's best. Blocking drills, spring training, when you're out there early getting the work in as a catching group.
Avila's 3-2 payoff pitch and a swing and a miss. Cortez strikes out. That'll retire the side, but Kurtz drives home another run, and the A's now lead by 4. It's 5-1. Athletics interviews, extended press conference videos, and tons of YouTube shorts, all on the NBCS Authentic YouTube channel. Subscribe now. Well, 5-1 the score. Severino still hard at work. Has been excellent through 6 innings of play. And you know they love it. Little one especially. And for Sevy Dallas, I want to go back to that last start against Kansas City on June the 13th of 2025, where he went 7 2/3. He threw 104 pitches in that effort. So don't know where Mark Kotsay wants to finish him off with, but he's at 91 pitches right now and showing no signs of slowing.
Well, no, and I mean, you go back to last outing against the Rangers, and you know, if you're somebody who likes to watch the radar gun and you think that's going to tell you the story.
Backdoor breaking ball and a beauty. He freezes Massey.
It was 97 at the end of the ball game. Let's go back to that start you're talking about. June of last year, Sevy was a horse. And when you're able to utilize the defense the way he did, play a little defense yourself, that's how you get through innings quickly. That's what allows you to start flipping a lineup quickly. but this is how outings unfold very differently, right? We got a season high in 105 pitches from Michael Wacha. That got him through 5. And Sevy set to deliver pitch 96. Trying to get his way through 7 innings.
Still no one warming up in the A's bullpen. There's a strike.
But something that we say is there's 2 things that'll tell you just how things are going on the mound. That's the baseball and the other team. And right now the other team just tough to generate good swings.
Popped up shallow left in that Bermuda Triangle. It's Cortez in the lights who calls everyone off and makes the catch for out number 2.
And the baseball's got life to it still. The baseball's got finish. What did I say at the beginning of the ball game, partner?
You were looking for something. What was it?
Stick with me here. 7 from Sevy, huh?
I think we could market that a little bit more. That sounds good music to my ears. Caglione has struck out and walked. He's 0 for 1. Tag back foul, 1-1. Pitch number 100 for Severino incoming. Fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, remember, he wiped out Caglione back in the 2nd inning with a fastball. See if he decides to challenge him here again.
1-2 wind up and pitch. He does go high with a fastball. 101, a season high in pitches now for Severino. Two. And he got him. Backdoor breaking ball, Luis Severino. A wonderful start today. And the crowd is happy about that.
Sevy with the sweeper. Locked up Cags. Can I help you? No thanks. Just looking.
A's Baseball is brought to you by Downtown Subaru of Oakland, home of pure pricing. Whether it's online or in person, with Pure Price, it's a win-win situation. Visit SubaruofOakland.com. Incredible.
How about it?
Yep.
We wanted 7 from Sevy. We got 7 spectacular innings from Luis Severino. 8 tickets punched. Punch 1 on the way out. He had challenged Caglione earlier in the ballgame with a fastball up top. Sat him down with a sweeper to end the 7th. They're going to turn things over to Alex Lang here. 11th appearance for the right-hander.
On the ground to third. Michael Garcia waits back. Throws a dart to first. 1 away.
We got some action down there in that bullpen for the green and gold. It's Big Joel Kunal.
Kunal did not feature last night. Harris, Barlow, Leiter Jr., Perkins, and Sterner. Wilson has a multi-hit performance with a pair of runs scored. He's 2 for 3. Outside, 2-0.
You know, I harped on it before the ball game, something I wanted to see that we saw last time for Severino, but I mean, the fastball command and the fastball aggressiveness. 29 four-seamers, 23 of those for strikes, 20 sinkers, 14 of those for strikes, 13 cutters, 9 of those for strikes. The sweeper was on its best behavior.
Nobody's challenged anything, Dallas.
Yeah, we very well may get through an entire ball game without that.
Well, I should clarify, no ABS challenges today. 2 managers challenges by Matt Quatrero, and they both were successful. So the Royals still have 1. A's still have 1 manager challenge, but both teams have a pair of ABS challenges still in the chamber. But to touch a little bit more on Severino, one thing that was great to see is now you've got back-to-back performances where he went out there and competed, was gritty, gutsy, looked like an ace. I think there have been times where Severino has struggled at this ballpark for one reason or another. Today he went back, reared back, buckled down, and delivered a performance the A's needed.
When I think it's just a matter of Sevy getting comfortable with his attack plan. See, Marte still at it over there. Him and Sevy are having a little chit chat.
Weekly grounded to second. Quick turn by Massey. He'll go to Witt at the second base bag and get the lead runner Wilson for the second out. Marte and Severino played together with New York. Wonder if he'll start saying a word or two to McNeil, his former Met teammate. Gelof 0 for 2, did lay down a sacrifice bunt back in the 4th. Missed on the sinker.
Yeah, that bunt again put a couple runners in scoring position. Felt like it was a good opportunity to open things up. And the man on deck delivered.
All the way to the backstop through the wickets of Jensen. McNeil will move on to second base.
Yep, right through the backstop. 5-hole.
Scored a wild pitch, 2-1 count for Gelof. Extra runs of insurance wouldn't hurt against a Royals team that has played well over the last 4 games. Fouled off of Jensen now, and he's down to a knee.
You know, I've always had a gripe with that being a wild pitch. And I understand. I get it. I'm probably selfish as a pitcher. See Jansen wearing that one right off the chest protector. But I used to tell my man Ray Fosse, why you guys wear all that gear? What do you mean wild? It was right at you. All you had to do was block it. It got past you. I threw it right at you.
Sure, he responded to that in kind. 2-2, ground ball on a hop to Garcia. Throws to first, and that'll retire the side. Let's go to the 8th. The A's up 5-1.
Welcome back. Time now for your play of the day, presented by your California Ford dealers. Speaking of dealing aces on the mound. Severino wins the hand tonight. 103 pitches, 7 solid innings from Sevy. Just 1 run pushed across, 8 tickets punched. Sevy to the house says thank you. Appreciate you coming out and watching the show.
You got your wish, Dallas.
Sure did.
Now it's the first reliever out of the pen for the A's. And who is it?
Big Joel Kuhnel. 10th appearance for the big right-hander. 2.16 ERA. See that number there at the bottom. 4 saves. And I think it was interesting listening to Joel in his comments the other day, talking to Martin Gallegos. Just, I felt like coming here, the staff, they gave me the opportunity to be myself.
0-2 pitch. Down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You didn't want to change me. Know what I do well. Know what I'm comfortable with. And just like anywhere, I think you want to constantly look at ways you can polish things up. But for the most part, when you've got a pretty good idea of what you're doing with your stuff, and you've got the experience that Kunal has under his belt, you just want to let him go out there and be the big leaguer that he is.
2-2. Inside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Isbell is waiting on deck. The Royals have not had a leadoff base runner all night, but that will change right now.
This is the way to start your week, Chris. You can be one of the first through the gates on Tuesday, May 12th, for a matchup with the Cardinals and score the exclusive Star Wars Grogu giveaway from a galaxy, well, not so far away. You can get tickets today at athletics.com/promotions. The child, Chris. The child.
Yes.
I'll teach you something about Star Wars.
Yeah, you know about the Force?
For sure.
The A's have been a force tonight on the shoulders of Luis Severino. And Kunal going to work against Isbell. Quickly behind at 0-2. Isbell is 1 for 2 tonight in the 5-1 game. Ground ball to Hernandez at third, covering McNeil over to first, but Isbell able to beat it out. They're able to get the lead runner, but the way the defense was positioned, McNeil had to scamper over a long way to get to second base.
Well, and what you see where Jacob Wilson is, and I'm sure they'll have a chit chat about that. Darell Hernandez ready to feed that ball to second base. McNeil off closer to the 4-hole. He was not going to be able to get the throw off in time.
This could be a double play chance. Quick flip to Wilson on to first. Just one batter later, 4-6-3 ends the 8th for the Royals offense. This game summary is brought to you by
Toyota.
A lot better.
Yep.
So much to be pleased about. 5 runs off of 10 hits. Luis Severino, man of the night, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, and 103 pitches. And Lawrence Butler, the man at the plate, hit a 3-run home run to take the lead in the 4th inning. And the A's have not given it up.
Well, I felt like it's Mason Black on the mound now, 4th appearance for the Royals this season, unscathed thus far with that 0 ERA. But you just felt like, and I understand that the Royals had come into town off a sweep against the Angels, won a big ball game last night for them to kind of keep that momentum rolling. But that's not to say that they haven't had their struggles offensively. And what I saw from Severino in his last outing, figuring that he could take that into the ball game tonight, that there was going to be a really good chance that he was going to shine.
And shine he did. 2-1. Lifted to left. In comes Collins, and he'll make the catch.
You know, and just haven't really gotten to know Sevy a lot more this year. You always had a good feeling about who the competitor was in Luis Severino. Being able to have conversations with him and watch him go about his work and focus on the things that he's locking in on and continues to pay attention to. It's no surprise that the outing that we saw tonight came about.
Half-hearted swing, got a piece for Hernandez. He singled and later scored the 5th and final run of the game for the A's. That was 2 innings ago in the 6th. So he's 1 for 3.
Think he's juiced? Well, not him. he's chilling.
In the air, shallow right center. But Thomas on the run makes the catch. Opposite ends of the spectrum, I'd say. There's the Ziggurat building in all of its glory.
Just looks like a place where secret stuff goes down, huh?
Looks like important people work there. Oh, and 1 to Kurtz at an RBI double in the 6th. From the stretch, inside 2-1. It's 24 straight games where Kurtz has reached base safely, has another walk. That's 18 games in a row with a walk. He only trails Ildemaro Vargas, who is having a stellar start to his season with the Diamondbacks.
He sure is. He and Nick Kurtz. You got Yordan Alvarez chasing him.
2-2, foul back. Up and in, 3-2.
Heads up, big fella.
Payoff pitch from Black. Spoiled foul.
Jay Willie's making plays even when he's not on the diamond.
Three-two. Tapped up the first base side. Jensen calls off Black, and he bobbles the baseball. So Kurtz is safe. The inning will continue.
Well, Kurtz called off Black. Black gave way. See just a tapper out in front of home plate. Jensen calls off Black, but unable to come up with the bare hand cleanly. That'll go E2.
Second error committed by the Royals in this game. Now Shea has a chance for a 15th multi-hit effort, and there's catches all about the crowd. He brought his glove and he's amped up.
And he had to reach for it. How about that? I mean, utilizing the rail, that's a future home run robber right there. Atta baby. What a play.
Is that a Little League jersey, Little League patch?
Yeah, it looks like on that left shoulder there, that would be a Little League patch.
They've upped their game, Little League, with these jerseys. They got full button downs now. The A's script across.
I had my local mechanic shop as my sponsor in Little League.
Did you have numbers on the back like Bad News Bears didn't? Chico's bail bonds?
No, we had numbers. Shout out Tuxedo Auto Supply. No longer in business, but
the way I look at it is your team must have been pretty good. Draw a crowd, and it was enough for a Tuxedo Auto Shop to invest their money into the performance of your.
Well, no, it was the street that the mechanic shop was on was Tuxedo. It was an auto supply store. You know, just working on carburetors and then teaching us how to field a ground ball.
2-2 pitch. Fly ball to center. And it's Isbell to make the catch. Let's go to the ninth. The A's are up by 4, trying to win it.
This telecast is brought to you by Toyota. Class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places.
Top of the ninth inning, 5-1 the score. The A's are ahead. But the heart of Kansas City's order is coming up one more time. This time against Joel Kuhnel, who had a successful scoreless 8th inning of relief work. Back out for the 9th.
And I think something that you like to have at your disposal if you're Mark Kotsay, or a few guys down there in that bullpen that can give you multiple innings worth of work, especially when you're ahead like this. And that's why having a guy like Joel Kuhnel is so important. You've seen him in high leverage spots at the end of ball games. You've seen him come in and just kind of bridge the gap during a shortened outing from the starter. We saw that the other day. But now here, where if you don't have to, you don't want to burn more than one of your bullpen arms. Joel comes in and is poised to give you 6 outs worth of work here and end the ball game. I mean, there's really no better way as a guy coming out of the bullpen to put a big smile on your manager's face than doing that.
2-2, check swing. Oh. He didn't. He did not go.
Well, what say you, DJ Rayburn? Ooh. Ooh. Borderline. It does say Witt on the back of that jersey.
3-2, chopped foul. There's Josh.
So you got a nose for the game, huh?
Too soon.
I talked to him the other day. Said, I'm doing fine. Bounce back great.
3-2 pitch. Line the other way. Base hit. Witt gets aboard. We got a quick turnaround for tomorrow's game, DB. 11:30 a.m. Noah Cameron against Jeffrey Springs.
Yeah, should things stay the way they are right now in this ball game, a chance to win the series for both clubs. We're going to get the action rolling early. 12:30 start, right? 12.
Coverage begins at 11:30.
Almost showed up in the second inning.
Gets away, 2 balls and no strikes. A's are up by 4 runs, but Jensen is a threat. 1 for 2 tonight. Popped up on the infield. Langoliers will make the catch. Kurtz was right behind him. That's the first out.
Well, I think you just saw Shea said, you scared me, big fella. And you see, you don't see Shea call it. And that's because he's locked in. I think it's understood, hey, if I've got the play here, just want to see guys clear out. But sometimes you see those corner infielders, you see Mark Leiter starting to toss a bit. If they've got a better angle coming in on the ball, they might try to take over, but that's why communication key in that moment.
2 balls and no strikes to Perez. Is 0 for 3 tonight. Did reach on a fielder's choice. Ground ball deep in the hole at short. Wilson, long throw to first. Perez able to beat it out. That was a tough play to make. And it's a single for Salvador Perez. First and second, 1 out. Massey coming up.
Well, not something you say a lot, and that's Salvador Perez legs out an infield single. But it looks like Darell Hernandez kind of peeled off. Scott Emerson will come out and I think just give Joel Kuhnel an opportunity to take a bit of a breather. This meeting on the mound brought to you by the injury attorneys of Ashton and Price. Joel Kuhnel, 24 pitches here through an inning and a third.
Massey 0 for 3 tonight.
And you know what? I need to just watch my mouth.
You going to retract your statement?
I think I'm going to have to. That's the 5th infield knock for Salvador Perez. The 5th. Stealthy.
35 years old. Spry like a cat. Oh, 2 pitch. Fouled off. You have Isaac Collins, the switch hitter, waiting on deck. Kuhnel about to fire in pitch number 28 of his relief appearance. Ball and 2 strikes. That got away from Langoliers. Everybody's going to move up 90 feet. The Royals have 2 in scoring position now on the wild pitch.
Well, what's tough is you lose the double play opportunity now. Shea can't quite smother it with the glove. Ball skips up.
the 2-2 pitch. Again, Langoliers elects to go glove first with the block. It's ball 3.
Well, this very well could be the last batter here for Joel Kuhnel.
Run the risk of bringing the tying run to the plate. Three and 2. Hit well to center. Geloff going back, still going, twisting his hips at the warning track. He'll make the catch. Coming in to score Witt. Now 5-2, but the A's get that big second out. And here comes Mark Kotsay to take the ball from Kuhnel. So a sacrifice fly. It's a 3-run game now, and the A's have 1 out left to get. And we'll turn to Mark Leiter Jr.
The Athletics and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Athletics.
That was on this date in 2018. Jed Lowrie set the A's record for the most hits in the month of April with 35. The RBI single tied Reggie Jackson and Jason Giambi also for the most April runs batted in with 27. Whose record did he break for hits? Well, he broke his own record. Jed Lowrie recorded 34 hits in April of 2013.
It felt like they might have all been doubles. Jed Lowrie was a doubles machine.
Now it's Mark Leiter Jr. tasked with recording the final out of the game. This is a save opportunity for Leiter Jr. But it's 2 balls and no strikes. The Royals have scored a run this inning after 2 hits and a sacrifice fly. That scored Bobby Witt Jr. Now the score 5-2. There's the strike, 2-1. And the power hitter Caglione waiting on deck. There's a called strike. Haven't seen an ABS challenge yet.
Have not.
And now the A's fans are on their feet. The Royals down to their final strike. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, smothered by Langoliers. Where does he go here?
See if he doubles up on that split again.
Perez at third. Payoff pitch. Did he go? He did not. Leiter walks him. The tying run comes to the plate. And the game extends a little further with Caglione, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, coming up to the plate for a 4th time tonight.
Well, and this is not what you want here. A guy with incredible juice at the plate. And there it is, first ABS challenge tonight.
Pitcher's called a ball.
Oh, man. I mean, borderline. I think it might be just a hair low. It's very close, though. Yep. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Man. It just looked. Oh.
Caglione also, Dallas, a 375 hitter with 2 outs. The runner will take second. Langoliers throwing down anyway. Collins moves into scoring position. And now it's a 2-ball, no strike count, hitter friendly count. He expanded his zone there. Got away with an up and away sinker that forced a swing and miss.
Well, and I think if Your Mark Leiter, you take note of that. And if you can get a split close, I think you'll get the fish to bite here.
2-1 in the air to right field. Long way to go for Butler, and it is off the railing and onto the foul berm. 2-2. Lawrence sold out for that baseball and got dirty in the process. He's okay.
He was moving.
Now give time for the A's to get back into their positioning.
I mean, right off the rail, right off the top. Pasquantino has come out on deck.
A's hope it doesn't come to that. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Leiter Jr. picks up the save, and the A's win 5-2. Severino, a tremendous performance. Lawrence Butler, a 3-run home run to give the A's the win. Now the series is tied at 1 apiece.
I think a couple of big-time performances from guys who definitely needed them. Leiter going to wipe out Caglione, back-to-back splits. This one had much more depth, much more spin to it. Leiter pumped about locking it down, but we wanted 7 from Sevy. We got 7 from Sevy. We got high fives in the outfield. The Law Dog with a big blast. That put the Athletics ahead for good. And just a great job, I think, by Lawrence Butler in that moment to bear down, got a pitch he could hammer, and boy did he. 86-mile-an-hour spinner on the inside, and he parked it on the berm.
A complete team performance. The Royals fall to 12-18. The A's improve to 16-14. A fun night, a great game of response, but it's not over. The fun continues. Stay tuned, folks. A's Cast with Carlos Ramirez and Chris Townsend on NBC Sports, presented by Toyota, starts right now.
Tonight, my man, I want to take you through that at bat. You've got runners on second and third. You got a hole open on the left side. Looked like you were really just trying to take advantage of whatever was going to be coming your way.